Hockey. A game that binds us. A blank canvas for us to write our own stories. The pages may change, but the story remained the same. Glory told from one person's perspective. A collection of memories held dear, but ultimately, it would be a personal story to tell. Until they changed the game forever.
In the EA Sports Hockey League, you can have up to 12 people playing at the same time. So that's 6 human-controlled players against 6 other human-controlled players.
And just like that, in an instant, we were all brought together. Now we had the chance to collectively pursue the glory we so desperately craved. We rushed to carve out our own shared space with those around us. No longer were we isolated when creating our own tales. Instead, we were unified amongst our peers, taking every opportunity to make a big play, to be the hero, to chase glory. Tonight, 8 teams, 64 players begin their collective journey in search of the league's most coveted title. This is the VVHL Season 3 Draft. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It has been a long time with a lot of work put into making this happen, but we are here on day 1 of Season 3 for the VVHL. Now, you've probably been like, hey, how come that video said that it's the draft? I put a lot of work into it. I wanted to use it one more time. My apologies. But thank you so much for joining us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a lot of games on the docket. We have got a lot of great content coming up in about, how does time work? Let's just say roughly half an hour's time. We're going to be coming at you with some live commentary for a couple of games. But first, we got a little bit to go over because we had a long week. As you all should probably know, last Thursday was the VVHL Season 3 draft, and nothing really big has happened since then. I think, nothing really too crazy. If you were there, we had the glory of using WWE 2K23 to initially determine what the draft order was going to be, with the VVHL Generals Macho Man coming out on top for the first overall pick, setting us up for the Generals taking the first spot, Cheesesteaks in second, Idaho Spuds in third, Gotham City in fourth, Bears in 5, Dalhousie Marauders in 6th, the VVHLians in 7th, and the Moscow 69ers with the last pick. And as we look at it here, here's how things played out. Wile E. Coyote, best player in the league more than likely, went first overall. Brickworld, a goalie, going second. Gagoots, no surprise there, going third. Ethan, a newcomer to the league. I had the pleasure of playing with him in the GHL, a fantastic winger. BMX going 6th. We'll talk about that pretty quick. Actually, sorry, 5th. I don't know how numbers work. Buck Neeson going 6th, certified stud. G-Wits, another certified stud. And TG Girl going to her husband's team. Don't think that was a bad pick, though. That was a fantastic pick. She's one of the top goalies in this league. That shapes up the first round right there. Things didn't stay like that for too long. Things got a little bit crazy. I'll explain it in a little bit. But first, let's go over the 2 trades that we had this week right after the draft. That's right, before puck drop. The first puck drop, we've already had 2 trades. The first one is you're going to see Redneck Viking and Gage 0906 going to the Gotham City Rollers for Rifle Drum and Miss Her 9788. I don't know the full details of this. All I know is that is great value going both ways. I'm really excited to see how both teams are going to go. It's not bad to get an early trade out of the way. If you feel like something didn't work, then, get it out early. Get it out before all the games start. Give your guys time to build that chemistry together on a line. It was a bit of a shocker, but not nearly as much as this other trade. And I can give you the full breakdown on it here because my team, the VVHL Generals, sent Wile E. Coyote, yes, the first overall pick, Wile E. Coyote, and Backblast Dan, our third round pick, over to the Bears for Lax 5906 and BMX. And the chat wasn't kind. I don't expect it, but there is some method behind the madness there. First of all, Wiley, nothing about Wiley or Dan. This was myself that reached out and said, hey, you got two guys that I really, really want. Let's make a deal. Army drove a hard bargain, and here we are. So the first overall pick and Backblast Dan going to the Bears for Lax 5906 and BMX. BMX is a good friend of mine. We've been playing together for over a decade, and I gambled, and I thought he would drop in the draft, and he didn't, and I had to pay a very severe price for it. So that is exactly why that played out as it did. That being said, Army is very happy with what he received. I'm very happy with what I received, and I think both teams are going to benefit from it in the long run. I hear that, so familiar. Ba-bong. Who's joining me in the chat? Ladies and gentlemen, one half of the Commissioners League for the VVHL. Joining us on the VVHL Season 3, Day 1, it's Backblast Dan. How you doing, buddy? Well, no, because we're going to go into what the games we... Yeah. Joining us. No, I wanted to keep you on the team. Army made it a condition that you were going, so that's... Oh, wait, one second. Okay, now they can hear you. Jesus. Sorry, thanks, Markov. Forgot to unmute my desktop. It's Dan. Dan was saying, very smart trade, Sean. You're a genius and a scholar and very pretty. And what else?
It was more along the lines of your glutes. I thought that was the primary, but you know what? I digress. That's fine. No, I mean, a hell of a trade to start off the season. It's top tier Wiley, top tier BMX. I mean, you can go either way, I guess. It's the owner's calls, right? Both owners wanted it, so that's what happened.
Well, I didn't eat for about 12 hours after that trade as I sat there going, there's no going back, I screwed this all up. There's no going back, I screwed this all up. But that's just amazing, the way, man. Hey, you got to know when to hold them.
Hey, man, listen, this is what I get for joking with Rosie about how many times he was going to get traded this season. I got traded before I even played a game, so I'm beating his record. I'm going for it. I'm going to I'm going to ask Army to trade Pete next. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, man. And what a way to kick off the season. You take our number 1 overall pick and you just trade him. You know, it's the way to make a splash as an owner there, Shawnee boy.
That's right. I'm making a name for myself. I never said it was going to be a good one.
Get a name.
But I will say, when you see me, my AGM and BMX out there, I think it better make sense, or else I'm riding into the old sunset.
Listen, you can already tell, Tony, I've been buying all the cheat codes, all the cards, all the extra. Like I got a Pack-a-Punch stick just from when we play you guys, so it's gonna be great.
Those gosh darn packs. I'm hearing good things about my team.
I'm always getting the packs.
I'm hearing good things about my team in the warm-up so far. I'm getting word straight back from the source. Man, I am so ready for these games to start. It's gonna be such a great night. We got a bunch of beauties in the chat right now with us, ready to watch some great hockey action.
I tell you what, man, I think this season's going to be the most competitive season we've ever had. I think scouting has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of familiar faces now that we're in our 3rd season. We've got some folks that this is their 3rd season in the VVHL, which is amazing. We have still a good handful of rookies. and it's talent city across the board. I think each team has a good level of depth. But we're going to see. It's a 10-week season. I doubt that every single roster is going to look exactly the same when we come to the trade deadline, but I could be wrong. I do think that there's going to be some moving and shaking going on.
I think with this level of talent, I mean, just looking at the draft list that we have here, it's insane. I mean, again, you've got Lax and Collier going back to back in the 4th round. I mean, those guys easily first round in the first.
Cut out for me there, Sean. I don't know if that's me.
No, I leaned away from the mic for a second. Those guys easily first round in one of the first 2 seasons we had. I think that was the level of competition and the level of just flat out raw skill that's coming into the league is fantastic.
Yeah, and it really is a wide variety, and that's by design, right? I mean, our league is for everybody. It's not just for the crazy skilled guys that have been playing this game for 15, 20 years for some, and we've got some folks that are on rosters that have joined our Discord and joined our league that have never played in the league before. Always just wanted to find a place that it'd be fun. They can play competitively, get to play in a team environment. I know for a lot of folks that are in, whether it's our league or another league, it's an escape, right? I think I found the NHL community, the gaming community when I was during COVID, man. It's a hard pivot to being able to go out, being able to enjoy yourself, to being in front of a screen. So I'm super thankful for it. And I think, the more good people that we bring in, that's what we're about. We want good members. It's not always about skill. Skill is one thing, but being good people, good teammates, and this is a distraction from the everyday life. This shouldn't be the stressor. So
exactly,
super pumped, man.
Well, that's just it. That's what it's all about. And it's not only that. It's not just about winning. It's winning with people that you want to win with. You know. That being said, sorry, taking a sip of my old water here. Let's go into what we're going to be looking at tonight. Game 1 is bringing us a powerhouse squad versus a powerhouse squad. We got the Idaho Spuds, maybe a Gagoots tonight. Let's see. Versus the Gotham City Rollers. Gotham City had one of those sneaky drafts where I feel like directions were always pointed everywhere, and then you look at them and go, oh boy, we're in a lot of trouble.
And by the way, they just made a pretty big trade themselves. They brought in both vets of this league. They had Viking, they got Gage that they just traded for. Now they gave up talent for it, but those are 2 proven players in this league that play at a high level. So I think Fat Man has a plan and has a design in place, and I think Gotham City is going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure this season. They're going to be a tough team to beat just from the depth that they have throughout.
No doubt. And like you said, yeah, they got Redneck, Viking, and Gage, 2 fantastic players. That being said, Rifle Drum is one of those guys that I had on my list that I had highlighted going, I hope this guy falls. And he just didn't. He dropped a little bit, but then he just slipped out of my grasp. He was definitely one. Miss her as well. Very solid player.
Oh, yeah. P-Money ain't messing around.
Nope, not at all. So, for game 1, like I was saying, we've got the Idaho Spuds versus your Gotham City Rollers. And then at 10:15 in game 2, handpicked somewhat of a replay of the finals of last season. We've got the Barkov-led Moscow 69ers versus the Caffrey-led Philly Cheeseskates.
Oh, man. This is going to be a battle. And you have Sad Attorney, you have Barkov, both seasoned owners, both just faced off and had a hell of a series. Different names, same ownership. Minus a new GM for Moscow and Boyer, but both man, deep rosters, same for both sides, similar faces, core group, some of the core groups still established. We're gonna see what happens with both these teams. I think Moscow would have loved to have some of those other core members back. I know Barkov's brother is not a Niner. I know that there's a number of key pieces. I mean, I'm still pulling for a TG girl to get traded. I mean, for making sure that Barkov has a good time playing a TG girl, but. The Cheesegates are nothing to bat. That's a tough squad. And Caffrey, Sad Attorney, those boys have really done a great job of putting together the best lines that they possibly could at all times. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give that team last season, because there was times they had availability issues. Their owner legitimately was booted out of our league, which was unfortunate, but they could have packed up shop and really just went on a downward spiral, and they stepped up in a big way. So it should be an awesome matchup. Of course, with the 69ers, with Barkov, it's never a dull moment. Those boys, they are real good. So I don't expect any different this season.
And look out for Boyer. I've heard some really good things about it. I think Barkov may have just lost one Wile Coyote, but gained one Boyer, and I don't think that drop-off is too much. It's going to be very interesting.
I don't know. I bet you I think Wiley would have something to say about that. But yeah,
probably.
From all the word on the street is that Boyer's a pretty good player.
Oh, I've seen the stats. They're both very comparable.
Hey, it's Mikey Diesel.
Hey, you know what? We were just talking about this trade. I broke mine down for a bit. Why don't you break down what happened with this trade between the Gotham City Rollers and the VVHLians? You got yourself a couple of really good players back.
Yes, sir. I woke up the night after the morning after the draft, and I forgot that I can't allow anyone with a longer beard than me on the team. So unfortunately, Viking had to go. It's a fact. I need to have the longest beard on the team, and that's just the way it's going to be.
That's fair.
No,
that's fair.
No. Basically, what happened was, Dank and I, every time during the draft, we were calling out names, and as soon as we were discussing a name, someone went that we had pretty highly rated, that we scouted with and we really enjoyed playing with, and we also got that vibe with Viking Engaged. Love those guys. Those guys are a blast to play with. It's so much fun. But in the spirit of this league and not getting kind of sentimental / stuck on the same players just because I have fun with them, I thought, hey, maybe we'll switch it up a little bit. There's a couple of guys we liked in scouting. Fat Man reached out. He said, hey, you up for any trades or anything? And, I looked at it. I said, yeah, I had fun playing with these guys. I love these guys. How do you feel about them? He's like, I love those guys. Like, I had fun with both, man. He's like, let's do a swap. Why not? And it was pretty much that, man. It was just 4 good players, 2 going from one team to another, 2 going back to the other. No issues that caused it, no bad intentions, no hard feelings, I would hope. And it's just part of the fun of this league,
I actually heard that you verbally assaulted both of them before they left the Discord. That's the word on the street. Don't put words in my mouth, but I'm just saying that's what I heard.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the VVH aliens have a chirp channel, and you haven't been allowed in it, Dan. So what we say in our chirp channel is chirp channel only. So if you saw a screenshot of something, man, that's conjecture and hearsay. That's all. I plead the fifth.
You don't know anything.
I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I play the 1, 2, 3 kid. That's what I play.
Oh, look out, Mr. Ramon.
I refuse to call him the 1, 2, 3 kid. I will always call him the Lightning Kid from the Global Wrestling Federation that I'd watch after school at my grandmother's house. So take that.
I'm only gonna call him 6 just for that now. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, gentlemen, we're here. We're 10 minutes away from puck drop on day 1 of season 3. Fantastic job by both of you. Fantastic job by everybody scouting, all the owners that put in the hard work. You just see everything.
The players that put in the hard work.
Yes.
Listen, this is a big pivot, and I totally recognize that. We had 2 seasons in which scouting was kind of all over the place, and that's also from an administrative side from us. That's just us being new at running a league. We had admin step up. We organized really well. We really want to make sure that we have the most competitive league that we can. There's no salary cap. No one's playing for money. It is personal glory, and we want a competitive league, and it shouldn't be just about playing with your buddies. It's about playing with all your buddies and playing against your buddies, and I can't wait to beat all of you. I mean, or lose to all of you, one of the two. But
well, however it's done, you've just proven that you will not be doing it with any semblance of class.
No, zero class. It'll be no class. It'll be classless, as they say in
you've heard
in
it here
college, from what
first.
I've heard.
Commissioner and creator of the VVHL is toxic.
Totally.
Of course, these are jokes for all the newbies that joined the league in the past week. Just quick shout out, man. Leroy Jenkins, Papa Palpatine.
Yeah.
You guys put in work, man. I think we got 9 dudes this week just off YouTube recommending people to the league. So that's awesome, man. Shout out to you guys. And again, those people that they brought in know the core values of this. They know what we're all about, man. And they're on board with it. So it's pretty dope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's fantastic. And so before we either take a break before the games here or just jump right into them, let's get some score predictions for tonight. Again, game 1, we've got the Idaho Spuds versus the Rollers, and I don't know why the animated background isn't working. That's going to drive me nuts. My mental health is in the tank. Game 1 is Idaho Spuds versus the Gotham City Rollers. We got any predictions on that one?
I see the Rollers winning this one 7-3.
7?
And purely because the Viking is pretty motivated, man. He DM'd me. He told me he's gonna come out the gates hot this season. So I think he's gonna get 4 or 5 goals himself in this game. He's gonna end that game with 6 points.
Wow. Bold prediction. I love it. I'm going to go the complete opposite. I'm going to pick Idaho Spuds to win this game. And the reason why is my man, Nerve Tickler, has been in this league for 3 seasons. He's been chomping at the bit to finally get a hold of a team. He really just hasn't had time. Him and Gods Unholy are such a good management group together. I think that he's one of the best hockey minds that I know. People that really break down and really think about the game, who's going to be best playing together. It may not always be the sexiest looking line out there, but they're going to give you a run for their money, and they're going to play great defense is what my prediction is going to be. I think Idaho takes this a 5-4 game.
Ooh, that's a tight one. I like it. It.
I think if you
I also really enjoy their logo because it's just a jacked potato.
Yeah.
And that's my bold prediction. It's just a jacked potato.
Stupid sexy
Dude, that team is full of jacked potatoes over there, man. Let me tell you.
Nerve Tickler, I don't know if you knew this about him. He's personally is a jacked potato from Canada. I don't know if they didn't. Yeah.
Listen, we're not supposed to be
actual
calling people
potato.
out. This might be a HIPAA violation right now, but he's had golden russet potatoes surgically implanted in his biceps.
Yeah.
And, I know that's, again, HIPAA violation, man. I hope we don't catch a lawsuit. We don't have money in the budget for lawyers, but...
I mean,
he's
our huge budget from our football pick-em pools.
Man, he's a full-grown potato.
I like that you're worried about the HIPAA violation and not the fact that he's clearly going to die when those things rot.
Dude, he's just going to get eyes and, roots pouring out of his veins.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to look like the Last of Us zombies. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Got the Sarah Connor voiceover. July 7th.
We got 5 minutes until season 3 puck dropping.
Oh, dude. Can I tell you something? Sean, are you playing tonight in VVHL or no? I forget. I know we spoke earlier.
I will be providing my angelic voice for this stream the whole night.
Oh, okay. Goodness. What a treat.
What a goal by number 7. That's number 7.
It's like Johnny Most from the Celtics.
That's like Harvey Firestein and Durant. I need to call my lawyer.
Well, it's tough, man. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, because as an owner, you know, I have nothing but faith in Dankus Mack as the GM of this team and running the show and having his line and all that stuff. But as an owner, it's kind of weird taking a back seat and not playing tonight, you know?
It's also terribly nerve-wracking, because you want your team to win so bad, but then you gotta just watch.
You're helpless.
Exactly.
You gotta hope you're drafted well for that, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the reasons why the Generals aren't one of the first two games. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to hear it after. But also the two games that we have selected are top-notch.
Unbelievable games, yeah.
No
These matchups are nuts.
Do we got any predictions? We got 4 minutes. Any predictions for the Moscow 69ers versus the Philly Cheesecake?
Cheese. That game's going to overtime, in my opinion. I see 6-5 finish maybe, and honestly, man, that's a coin flip. Both those teams are stacked.
6-2 Moscow wins. My prediction.
Damn. Oh yeah, I like it.
If it's Barkov and Boyer tonight, and TG, I'm putting my coin in Moscow's hat.
But we don't know shit, so who knows?
I got no idea.
Yeah, right.
Purely speculation.
Listen,
it's like when you draft a fantasy team in and you start your first season, you like got it, and you lose like 130 to like 70.
My pick is going to go to the team that has Danny Amendola in a PPR. That's it. That's it. That's the pick. That's the pick for this team.
That's the one.
Not even the right sport. So
listen, spoiler alert: if I get the number 1 pick next season, I'm definitely taking it, Danny Amendola.
Yeah, you should. I'm going with Danny Woodhead. I'm only Dan's. That's gonna be the name of my team. Only Dan's.
Dan's.
Oh my God!
Hi, what's up? My name's Dan, and here's my feet.
Yeah. Listen, it's more specific because like I'm self-conscious about the tops of my feet, but the bottoms, stellar.
Yeah.
Like stellar.
Hey, you are a soul man.
With 3 minutes to go until puck drop.
That's right.
Do we want to change the subject? Please say yes, everybody.
More about
I think the aliens are going to win 100-0.
That's your bold prediction. Just not talk about my feet.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll change the subject. You want to talk about? Sean. Let's talk about our breakdown of Field of Dreams. Let's do that.
That's right. You know what? Man. I think Mikey really hit the toenail on the head with that one.